Well, let's go, let's go. What you know, what you know. We're live. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm live, you're live, we're live. I'm live, you're live, we're live. I'm live, you're live, we're live. Yeah, good morning. Good morning, all. We're live on this Wednesday morning. It is hump day. Hump day. We need those commercials to come back with the camel walking through saying hump day. Yeah, walking through the office. I think if a camel walked through my office, I'd be like, what is he doing here? What organization, what little Greek organization has went and found a camel? What are we doing here? What is going on? What is going on here? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Y'all come on in. We won't be here long. As they say in church, I won't be before you long. Won't be before you long. Telling the people that I'm live, giving the platforms a little bit of time to tell the people that I'm live. I'm live, I'm live. I'm live, I'm live. Not only am I live, I am alive. Okay, passing on the word. Pass the word. Pass the Dutchie on the left hand side. I think that what they were talking about weed. And I'm not passing any Dutchies. Okay, so let's see what we got here. A few minutes. Yep. It's Wednesday morning. Had a good trading day yesterday. I did something yesterday that I really know better. All right, I do know better. Let me go to SPX so I can show you what I did yesterday and I know better. But I would always like to share these lessons because I like for you to see that even sometimes the leader knows better and makes mistakes basically or makes trading decisions that are not the best decisions. Um I have said to myself that I will enter trades at certain times or certain situations. So the situations are either a breakout, which an opening range breakout is when I will enter trades. I will enter around 10:45 based on a wide iron condor. Or in the afternoon, I've got 12:55 and 2:10 are times of entry. So yesterday morning, I ain't showing y'all the screen. I might need to show you the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So this is the chart from yesterday, SPX, right? We opened here, fell down, fell down. Basically, the opening range would have been up here. Let me close off some stuff so y'all can, so all this stuff is not clouding up the chart. Okay. So y'all can see what I'm looking at. Because right now we got a lot of things showing on here and it'll make it confusing. Okay, let's change all these things off. Okay, so the opening range is literally where this gray area is at the top. That's my 60-minute opening range. Even if I use the 15-minute, it would show that basically we fell out of the opening range going to the downside. So really, I should have been going with call credit spreads. Hey, Denise and Tanya. Well, once we got down to maybe 10:30, maybe it looked like price was going to stall out. Like in here, looked like we were going to have a bounce right around in here, like it was going to bounce up a little bit. And because I thought we were going to bounce and turn around, I entered a put credit spread, believing this was going to be the reversal place right in here. Well, this reversal really wasn't a confirmed reversal. I didn't really give it a full amount of time to confirm because it never really passed this big candle here. I didn't give it a chance to confirm, and I probably should have done a recap video. I didn't give it a chance to confirm the reversal before I entered a put credit spread, and then it turned back around. And my trade here, I had 62, 50, 55. And so that trade got breached. And honestly, what I should have done after that trade got breached, I should have went ahead and exited because I could see that it possibly wasn't going to hold up. And it didn't, but I kind of was hoping it would hold on. Well, when I got to 12:55, which is my normal time to enter trades, we were still going downwards and I still had call credit spreads. So that really was another indication that my 62, 50, 55 trade probably wasn't going to be a successful trade, but I was yet holding on. I only had a couple contracts, so it wasn't that much. but I still didn't, I still should have let them go earlier in the day, and I could have cut them off for a I could have cut them off for break even or a very small loss. And then I was superseding that with other trades anyway. So I really could have still ended the day with the plus, but I was kind of still being hard headed. So I ended the day. So then at the end of the day, you see what happened. This big old massive drop on the last candle of the day dropped through those trades because it was kind of holding up. And here it was still kind of holding up. This last candle that dropped it, I think President Trump said something at the end of the day about tariffs, and this last candle dropped it completely. And there went my trade and a few other people's. So but looking back at it, I really should have just stayed with call credit spreads all day, because the whole day, if I go to even a higher time frame chart, basically the whole day was a down day. If you see this, really it was a call credit spread kind of day. Should have stayed with the opening range breakout and looked at what we could and trade what you see. So these are the times though that you look back, and I posted today in my social media that every day, every loss should be a lesson, that there is some learning to do in every loss. I suffered a loss of, negative $370, which in for my trading, that's not a big amount of a loss, but I know for the people some of them who are with me and some people who trade $370 as a loss is a big amount. So I'm not minimizing the 370, but I'm saying that no matter what the loss is, you need to look at what is the learning or what is the lesson that should happen in every loss. And as we look back, if I put it on a higher time frame, which is this is 65-minute or the 1 hour time frame, you can see that yesterday was totally a down day and really should have been all call credit spreads. There really is no indication of a put credit spread day unless it was later in the day. And I really didn't wait for confirmation of a reversal. I didn't give it enough time. I was a little anxious. And I even said that to my community. This is one of the things that you do as a leader too. Even when I entered that trade, soon after that, I responded and put a message in our alerts that said, I think I was a little early to this trade, and told my folks that when I was sending out the alert, like I think I was a little early on this particular entry. And some people had followed me into it, and some people hadn't. They waited like we were supposed to, which is why sometimes though some people do suffer a loss, other people don't, because they do like we supposed to do. They follow the rules that we all set. So we have to hold each other accountable. We hold each other accountable for the things that we trade. We've set ourselves, in our community, we've set some guidelines, some time constraints, what are we entering? We're doing opening range, we're doing certain times. We've got some guidelines. When are we exiting our trades? We've set some time, some criteria for when we're entering and for when we're exiting. And these are two things you need in your trading plan. When are you entering and when are you exiting your trades? And when you set those criteria for yourself, you really ought to stick with them. Okay, Arlissa, you set criteria when the market is closed, when you're thinking clearly, when you're not under pressure. You set that criteria when all things are comfortable and quiet, when you can think clearly, when your emotions are not involved, so that when it comes time when all those things are involved, you can follow the criteria that you set. All right. So that we decided again, yet again, we reminded ourselves to hold each other accountable, because that's how we're going to keep our monies. We keeping our monies because we're holding each other accountable along the way. Okay. Let's go on with our show. The VIX this morning is at 1713. We've got some data coming out at 8:30, which is in a couple of minutes. PPI is going to be released at 8:30. So when I get to that screen, we'll see what comes up here. Um, on the Yahoo Finance page. Now you were just showing right there. Now all of a sudden you don't want to show what's on your page. Okay. What are you doing? There we go. At this point, and these things are probably going to refresh here in a minute once this new data comes out. But S&P futures is up just $2, which means it's virtually flat. The Dow futures is up 98. S&P futures slip as investors weigh more bank earnings and await the inflation data. Nasdaq futures is red, oil is red, 10-year bonds is red. What's on the calendar for today? FOMC member Barkin spoke at 8 o'clock. 8:30, we've got core PPI data, which is going to come out in like 1 minute. 9:15, we've got capacity utilization rate. FOMC member Hammock will speak. Industrial production month over month. FOMC member Barr will speak at 10. 10:30, crude oil, which is probably an orange folder, not a yellow. The beige book at 2. And FOMC member Williams will speak at 6:30 today. All right. I'm going to refresh this while I go on to something else. Investing.com to 30-year mortgage rate at 7. Okay, we passed those things. PPI, red, we see the data now, 2.6%. They thought it would be 2.7. It came in at 2.6%. Core PPI is red at 0%. They thought it would be a green 0.4, and it's a nothing, or 0.2 was forecast. It came in at 0%. So that says not good news. PPI month over month, they thought it would be at 0.2%. It's at 0%. This is producer price index. Basically means that the producers are getting hit with the inflation, which is where we would see it first. You would see it at the producer place first, because the producers are the ones who are getting the inflation, and then they're passing it on to the consumers. So the producers are the ones who are going to feel the crunch first, right? 2.7 here year over year. They were expecting it to be forecast at 2.5, and it's at 2.3. All these are red numbers. These numbers are not good numbers. You see that they're red. So we'll see how the market absorbs them this morning. I would anticipate it's not going to be a good absorption, but we wait and see. We trade what we see. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Those are the same numbers here that we're going to see. They only showed us 2 of the numbers on Forex Factory, but investing.com shows us all of those numbers. Again, we wait, see how the market absorbs. Then we can look at the chart here. It's probably going to have a nice little red dip, because that's what happens when market don't like stuff. It dips, baby. Yep. Yahoo, Trump and Wall Street can't both be right on market and tariffs. Trending and deal making jolt Goldman profits. A sideline Fed faces a new high. I sent a message out yesterday, something about Powell being fired. Fed renovation sort of is a fireable offense for Powell. To me, it's just we're looking for something. Focus on other things that are of more import, and bothering Powell is not it. Going on, and because Powell is not the reason we got issues right now. Okay, sir, you and all these tariffs that you're running in here, Powell is trying to do the best he can do with what with what he got to work with, and you ain't giving him a whole lot to work with because you keep doing stuff, basically, is what's happening with that. I'm on the SPX 500 screen trying to see what did the price just do in the last 15 minutes, and I don't see that moving very much, even though it should be, right? I turned it to the 15-minute chart. Let's see if I can go to the 5-minute chart, see if I see some movement. I don't see much movement, but that should be moving. That should be moving. It should be moving. S&P futures slip. Okay, that's all saying the same thing. Okay. Let's see. These things are trying to update. Wholesale inflation measure was unchanged in June overall. Like maybe that's 0. Okay. Morning, Julie. I was just talking about us keeping each other accountable on our trading plan. When are we going to enter? When are we going to exit? I know you and I, well, we talked about it via chat. I was going to say you and I talked about it, but we talked about it via chat, which is just like talking about it. Oh, that's why I'm not seeing it. This is SPX 500. I need to see that. That's why it's not changing. Listen, y'all got to watch these false pops, because they'll pop up and then you'll be a false move. 62.51 is what it's showing right now. What did we close at yesterday? 62.43. Listen, we're what, 40, or we're an hour away from the market opening. Always trade what you see, baby. Trade what you see. We haven't talked about my freebies page in a minute. Head over to E2T dash freebies. If you're looking for the free things, E2T dash freebies. Make sure I'm typing it in right. IES.com. E2T-freebies.com. If you're looking for the free. All right, I didn't even put that where y'all can see it. 3 things to check before you trade. There's a bunch of free stuff on this page, but this is the highlighted thing at the top of the page. Don't place any trade without doing these 3 things first. All right, go over there and grab that. Yes, Julie, we're gonna do fine. We're gonna watch our entry times, our entry exit. What's our entry criteria, our exit criteria? When our trade is breached, we out of here. That's what I needed to have followed yesterday. When my trade is breached, I'm deuces. Okay, what's our earnings for today? I kept expecting that it was going to be all right, but then that extra announcement at the end of the day put the nail in our little coffin. This morning we've got ASML, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Johnson Johnson, Johnson & Johnson, Morgan Stanley, Progressive, PNC, Prologis, Sandvik, and M&T Bank was all this morning. After market closes today, we're going to have United, Kinder Morgan, Alcoa, something green, SL Green, Synovis. I'm not sure who these people are. First, AAR, Triumph, Triumph Financial, and something industrial. Taiwan Semiconductors is tomorrow morning, so keep that in mind. Maybe you trade Taiwan Semiconductors today leading into tomorrow. I actually have an AMD trade. I think it closed yesterday, though. My AMD credit spread for the week closed. PepsiCo is tomorrow morning. GE Aerospace, Centis, Abbas, Bancorp, Travelers is tomorrow morning. Fifth Third, I think that's Fifth Third. Nope, that's not Fifth Third. That's some other bank. Texas something. Travelers, Webster Bank, and this is Fifth Third down here. This is Texas something bank is tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm leaning over there because that's where the screen is that shows this stuff that you can see right here. All righty, Julie, we got it. Listen, we got it. We got it. This is good. This is good stuff. All right, let's add our Adams numbers to the stage. Adam says perfect technicals in SPX as posted yesterday, 63.20 to 28 was support of a multi-week triangle. We sold there at 4 p.m., held all evening, 3 a.m. We put in a perfect fail breakdown on Monday, 62.20 low given in the newsletter. Recovered plus 25 points. The plan 62.51, 62.61 above. 62.30 and 28 is support. Okay. The gap between ES and SPX is about 40 points. So if you're looking at Adam's numbers, you need to subtract 40 points from his numbers if you're following him on Twitter. XSP range is from 622 to 626. If you're trading XSP instead of SPX, the range there for price is about 622 to 626. All right. All righty. That's what we got there. Looking at trades for the week. Many of these, I put these in on last Friday. Almost all of these have closed except Home Depot hasn't closed yet. PayPal hasn't closed yet. And Exxon. Those are the only ones that haven't closed yet. Let me look real quick to make sure. I know it's JP Morgan did really good after earnings. I left my JP Morgan running, even though I said I was going to close it before earnings. When I looked to see what was their outlook was positive or bullish, so I left it on. Johnson & Johnson, I did close last night before they had earnings this morning. It was profitable anyway. It was break even. I think it was at like break even. And I was like, no need to just leave it there, even though it had a few more days before. Oh, come on. It had a few more days before it was going to close. I just closed it last night at break even, yesterday before market close. But I have Exxon, PayPal, and Home Depot are still open. And my Thinkorswim doesn't want to open right now while I'm on this call. So I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Everything else, I believe, is closed on this list. If you're following Peakbot, if you've got Peakbot automated trading and you have trend spread already going, it's already opened and closed whatever you have open. It opens when at the proper time and it closes at the proper time if you're doing the trend spread bot. Along with that, though, you can also use peakbot.com/watch list. It might have an S on it. You can use their watch list anytime when you're a part of Peakbot. You can use their watch list, and their watch list updates every 5 minutes throughout the day. So at any time, even if you're using the trend spread, you can decide, so and so, maybe you see something that talks about, for example, we've had a whole lot happening with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ran up to 121, but then it started to pull back. Maybe you look and see that you want to maybe get in on a Bitcoin trade or whatever. Maybe you see something else that you like. Maybe Amazon is moving nicely and you decide you want to get in on an Amazon trade. You can go look at their watch list, see what they're suggesting on the watch list. That watch list will give you the trend. It will give you whether it's bearish or bullish, and their watch list will give you the strikes. All right. So you don't even have to guess about the trade. The Peakbot watch list will give you, yep, I think I put it there. Yes. The Peakbot watch list will give you the stock and will give you the strikes and will give you the expiration date. Okay, so if you're a part of Peakbot and you pay to be a part of their subscription, they're 5 minutes every day. So whenever you decide you're going to go look at whatever stock it is you're going to go look at, you can go check out the watch list and see what's there. It's going to give you the stock, it's going to give you the trend, it's going to give you the strikes and the expiration date. Everything you need is going to be, all you got to do is go enter the trade. So if you're using the trend spread bot and letting it automatically do it for you, that's cool. But if you want to manually do it, let's say you don't have Schwab and you just want to use your Robinhood, or you want to use some other broker, you can go and look there and enter your trades on your own whenever it suits your life. Okay, they give you the stuff you need, just gotta go enter the trade. So Wednesday, which is a good day to enter credit spreads, right? Especially now that we're done with CPI and PPI, that those are going to be done today. This could be a good day to go and enter some credit spreads. We may even look at those in our community today. Maybe a good day to enter some credit spreads that are going to expire this coming Friday. We do have retail sales. You do have retail sales data coming out tomorrow morning, right? But you might decide on Wednesday, I'm going to go and use some of my money for some Friday stuff. Yeah, Amazon and Google's already closed. Cat, all the ones I had on here, it's TOS is still not open, still not closing. But my Uber closed. I mean, everything on this list that you're looking at in front of you, all of these for me have already closed except for Exxon, PayPal, and Home Depot. Everything else on here is already closed for me. Should I may go look and see if there's another round two for Amazon and Google and pull in some more premiums to ride me for the rest of the week. Why not? Why not, right? Why not? Okay. Okay, there we go. There's that. Alrighty, where are we at? 4242. Let me keep it moving. Keep it moving. E2T University starts next month, and it is starting on E2T University is starting on August 18th. I'm starting it on August the 18th is when E2T University is starting. Oh, I needed to go check out the landing page. But there is a page for the wait list, right? www.subscribepage.com/E2T wait list. Wait list. Okay. That should go. Okay. It's starting on August the 18th. If you are somebody who knows you want to, yeah, you didn't need to do that, Nick. If you are somebody who knows you want to be a part of the learning, starting from the beginning all the way up to learning how to run these strategies, how to make money every day, how to do all the things, yeah, A2T University is where you need to be. The landing page is ready. I just need to go check to make sure that all is well. And we're going to launch it. It's going to be live in living color. Okay. And we're going to start getting ready to run it. We're going to be ready to run it. You're going to be ready to sign up, pay up. Yep. And we're going to be ready to go because we got stuff we need to do. This is not the time for delay. right? We need to be up and running by the end of this year. You'll be profitable. Yes. All righty. All righty. All righty. Cool, cool. Membership is running SPX XSP, making money every day with trading with a community of SPX 0 DTE. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm not because I'm bragging or nothing like that, but my community is one of the best on the internet. I promise you. I promise you, you're gonna be hard pressed to find one as good as mine. I'm just saying, and you can ask my people. You can ask my people. I'm just not saying that, but you can ask my people because my people, we've curated a nice space for support, for learning, for profit making. All of that is there. And we ain't just making money, but we're making it in a safe space where people feel valued, feel supported. That's important, right? Okay, let me wrap it up. I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. We got a plan and we follow it. Yes, we do. I got a plan and I follow it. Even when I have to close trades I don't want to close because I think they're going to be okay. I got a plan and I follow it. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty, everybody. It's always a pleasure to hang out with y'all in the morning. It really is. It really is. I love hanging out with my folks, whether they're online people in my YouTube community or whether it's with my folks on Zoom. Because, see, my people, when we get on Zoom, we have a great time. We have a great time. We'll be back on Zoom again on Friday. I got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of being in summer school, summer B, teaching at the university, and we're gonna have us another little break. I'm gonna take me some 2 more weeks. I got an anniversary trip because my 17th. I think I've been married to my husband 17 years. We got married in '08. Yes. 17th anniversary is coming up here soon. And we're gonna take a little short anniversary, little road trip. We ain't going too far. But then we gonna be right here on our calls, on our Zooms regular on the regular. Okay. All righty, everybody. We're gonna do today. We're gonna get this money and we're gonna have a great green day. All righty, everybody. I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.